is enough, and it's time for a change.
It is Sunday, and you're listening to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
Give me a hell yeah! Get some love!
Ooh, yeah!
With Kinny, Killa.
Hey yo! We're in the big D tonight, baby, and we are live! Woo!
I'm the gal them sugar shook.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best ever will be. Cause that's the bottom line. The Stone Cold Simpson.
Oh, son of a bitch. If you just heard the glass shatter, that's right. It is the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. We are right here live on TRN, the Talking Wrestling Network, and United Podcasts Network. That's right. I am the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, the one man with no Instagram, Kinny, Killa. And as always, I am kicking it with the hashtag Tech Guy, the Newport Night, the gal, them sugar shugs.
Yo, yo, yo.
Now, we are joined today by the return of the master of the top rope elbow, none other than Steve Dawson.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Also, we have my Bristol brethren. He is the Beat the Clock trivia champion who beat me in the final. Yeah, that's right. His name is Darren Dyer.
The champ is here. You set me up for that. I was thinking of doing it. You set me up for
I
it.
know. Listen, I'm humble. I'm humble. It's all good. It's all good. How you been, Daz?
Yeah, all good, man. All good, thanks. Yeah.
It looks like your new show's going good. The Smackdown beatdown.
Yeah, man. It's not taken off as quickly as I hoped it would, but slow and steady wins the race, as they say.
Yeah, Shugs. He braved it, man, and started talking about Smackdown.
Yeah, man. It's going on to USA as well now, isn't it? As well, so it might get even better than it currently is. You know, it's like the IC title show.
Yeah. Oh man. Are you gonna be writing again soon? Anytime soon?
No, I think those days are in the past now. I enjoyed it when I did it, but I couldn't go back to it now.
Okay. Steve, welcome back, my friend. I know you've been working your ass off, so that's why you haven't been on the Segue for a while, but you're back now. How's it all going?
Working on a Sunday, yep. I'm going to Southside Wrestling today. I'm going to meet Tatanka and Melina, so that'll be good fun. Arsenal doing well. Got going to be an uncle in June, so yeah, lots of good stuff happening.
Tatanka and Melina.
That's old school, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, we was retro roundtable yesterday. We were talking about Tatanka versus the model, the Rick Martel, Survivor TV's '92. Everyone was on the show trying to do the Tatanka scream.
Yeah.
And then just Bobby Heenan taking the piss. Tatanka taking the piss.
Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?
Oh, God. Yeah, make sure all you guys check out Retro Roundtable episode 9, recorded yesterday. Anywho, Shugs, how you been, man?
Yeah, man, good.
Yeah.
Had 2 weeks off, so just like sorting the house, ready to move. Got a new car, got a new whip.
Which whip did you get? Because that picture of the dashboard looks sick.
I got a new VW Polo.
Woo! Hey,
Got a German whip.
Shugs is balling. He's making it rain out here. New house, new car. Jeez, you need to palm me off a piece of that money, dog.
Maybe I'll get you a dessert today. Get you that Oreo milkshake.
Oh man,
bro!
Yeah.
I tell you one place we ain't going. Is that T for Five Guys.
Oh, okay, I never been there before.
Jeez.
So listen,
we went yesterday, so me and Lolly B went, and £29 for 2 of us.
Shut up! Come like fucking Jamie's Italian, mate.
That's for burger, fries, and drink.
Oh nah, F that. Listen, we get a lot here.
Talking about that, getting those Weatherspoons 2 for £10.
Hey, you done know. 2 for £10, 2 for $6.99, Jen. That's how we roll. That's how we grow. Oh man, yeah. For all you seconds, I don't know. We're going to Cardiff later on today. We're going to see the WWE house show. Looking forward to it. Me and Shugs is going to be on some mad one. So if you spot us in Cardiff, Shugs might be putting an accolade on me. I might be busting a little STF on Shugs. So if you see us, just take some pictures and put it up on Twitter, please. Yeah, we need to capture that shit. Anywho, right, let's get into the show. Website, people, is up and running. Sunday Segue podcast.wix.com/Sunday Segue. Make sure you check that out also. Follow us on Twitter, please. That's at Sunday Segue, Segue spot Segue. Like us on Facebook. Our Facebook is going on really well. More updated stuff, so make sure you check that out. Email us sundaysegue@gmail.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've been updating it recently. We're on Podomatic, Stitcher Radio, and don't forget to download that Double Twist player. So shout outs. I'm just gonna do some quick shout outs, so sorry if I don't put you all in. But yeah, here we go. Let's do this to get this up. I want to give a shout out to Bodslam at Bodslam15, Eric Sumney. Shout out to Alfonso Marimon, NWA Fight Nation. Renio T. Coro Baker. That's at Rennie _ Regorgeous. I want to give a shout out to Forrest Siegel, indie wrestling commentator, manager, ring announcer, and also shout out to at Jimmy Yadig. You know who you are. Yeah, sorry if I could fit you in, but I'll fit you in next week. Shugs, any shout outs?
No, I'm good.
Darren?
No, nothing for me, bud.
Steve?
No, I'm good.
You're good, alright. My partners in crime, Max Wrestling Magazine, new issue came out last week, with our interview with Johnny Ferrari, so make sure you check that out. maxwrestling.wix.com/Max Wrestling. Also, Wrestling Video News, where you can find all your DVD releases for all wrestling promotions, and Open Turnbuckle, with Chad and Courtney Broughton. Open Turnbuckle, and Open Turnbuckle exposed every Wednesday and Saturday. So, let's get into Raw. What piece of shit this was. So I'm gonna skip through this so quick because Raw was pants compared to WrestleMania, the one after WrestleMania. Oh lad. Shugs, Saxton, Big Ed Saxton back on commentary after they said that what's his face, Michael Cole will be back after taking the beat from Brock.
Yeah, well, you know, all the reports about Byron Saxton were like so negative. You know, everything though was on the dirt sheets and everything that everything I heard was so negative. They said he just looked like a deer in the headlights. So I think that's why they thought about bringing Michael Cole back early. But then obviously they're selling his injuries, and he's an announcer who took an F5, so he can't come back in 7 days. So I think it was good that they kept him off TV. But this guy's dead. This guy is dead.
Yeah, he's not the one. I'm so surprised they haven't either put Renee or Tom Phillips in there, because Tom Phillips is a lot better than Byron Saxton.
I think they just like to keep people in their little places, you know. So he's doing Smackdown. So now they've changed the announcers for both shows. I don't think they wanna change and, like, you know, mix it up a bit. But
what? So Tom Phillips is still doing SmackDown? Because I thought Saxton was doing SmackDown.
I thought Tom Phillips was doing it.
Ask
our SmackDown expert.
Nah, Cole was doing it. They replaced Phillips with Saxton a few weeks ago. And then Cole's been doing the play-by-play, but he's selling the injuries, so Phillips is filling in for him.
Ah, okay. See, I don't know what they're doing. Listen, the best commentary on NXT, right, was Tom Phillips, William Regal, and Renee Young. I don't understand what they're doing, but
doesn't Tom Phillips do NXT still?
No, Rich Brennan does it with Corey Graves and Albert. I don't know what. Obviously, yeah, I know. Arda's doing whatever he's doing, and then I don't know what Tom Phillips is doing. I don't know what he's doing, and it's annoying because he's actually a good commentator. He's like Cole. He's like in the sense that he knows how to get shit done. But yeah, anywho, Steve, Raw started with the Authority and Rollins. I mean, the roster seemed very, very thin when you hear Kane announcing people will be doing double duty.
Yeah, I don't understand why the three people in the triple threat had to have singles matches. I mean, the three matches that went on to say, 5 minutes each? That's 15 minutes that you could have done something else proper with. These three matches just didn't do anything. In my notes, for each of the matches, I've just put, so what? That's all I put for those three matches, because who gives a shit?
Oh man, that's what I mean. It's like it's just stupid. And with all those, you know, the fact that the roster's thin, it's not gonna make for a good Raw. It's like you had no Ambrose, no Bryan, you had no tag team champions. It just seems weird.
So where were they all?
I don't know.
Were they on SmackDown?
Ambrose was selling his injuries that he got from SmackDown last week. That's why he was off.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Harper put him through the announce table, so that's why they left him off.
Okay.
But like, where was Brian? Where was those? Because did they record Smackdown on Tuesday, or were they already overseas by then?
Well, they recorded SmackDown on Tuesday.
Okay.
Like Brian and Ziggler and all that lot, they were on SmackDown, so it didn't make sense why they weren't on Raw as well.
Yeah, it's just it baffles me, but it is what it is. Darren, Orton versus Kane. That was the first match on Raw. Didn't need to happen, and just right back to square one with the shitty booking. Like, obviously they had the match for them to kind of damage Orton somewhat, but it wasn't really sold. It wasn't whatever injury he had. It wasn't really sold at all.
No, it was shit, wasn't it? Really. The same thing happened last week on SmackDown. So it was because he faced the Big Show, and exactly the same thing happened. So it was a case of, if you missed SmackDown last week, this is what happened.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous.
Yeah. They need to
lazy.
They need to relook at what they're doing in terms of the format, especially when you have Raw and then you have SmackDown that recaps everything from Raw. It's just a recap show. Like, SmackDown literally is just a recap show with like 3 matches in there. Randy Orton is looking like he is like padded up for like riding a little tricycle or something. I don't know what's been going on, but this guy's all of a sudden just like super padded up. But yeah, Shugs, were you surprised that they didn't bury AJ on the show?
Wow, yeah, being WWE, it is a surprise that they just they just gave her a good send off, and they were like respectful. Normally, somebody leaves, they fling a bit of shit on them just to send them on their way. But they were actually quite decent to her.
Yeah. Will she be back, do you reckon?
Depends, like, she's 28, so if she's going to have kids or whatever, to start a family, then you don't know. You never know.
Never know. I mean, she's still young, so she's got loads of time to come back if she wanted to. Though using the word retired is a weird one, but obviously they got to use something. Steve, Brad Maddox made a cameo. What the hell was that?
I can't remember the last time we saw him on WWE TV. When was it? It must have been at least sort of like a year ago.
He got fired. Why is he?
It was really random. I mean, like, the last thing I remember him doing, he was doing those YouTube videos of him pretending to be stuck in a cave. You remember those? He obviously found his way out of the cave and hitched a ride to the arena, and I don't know what happened there.
It's just the stuff that just doesn't make sense. Some of the booking just comes off like WCW. I don't know if you noticed that, but some of it just comes off like, we're just going to do this just to do this. No explanation, no reason why. Let's just put Brad Maddox on the screen. Oh man, it's a weird one. It's a weird one. Darren, Rollins, is waiting for his opponent in the ring, which then turns out to be Neville. I was looking forward to this so much once he came out. I was like, yes, this is going to be fucking off the chain. Did you feel the same?
Yeah, it's one of the few things that they got right on the show, really. And, Neville proved that he can hang with essentially the number one guy in the company, which was good to see as well.
His entrance. What do you think of his entrance, and what do you think he needs to add to get over?
I think he needs to get rid of that fucking cape for a start. I don't know, maybe, because when he came out last week, he had more pyro. But this week he had a lot less pyro, so I think if you add the pyro that he had previously, I think he'd be alright. Maybe do some, like, Lucha Dragons jumping shit, get into the ring, something like that, because, just something a bit more than just running and sliding into the ring, because everyone does that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You just try to kind of stand out a little bit. Shugs, what did you think of the match?
Yeah, I thought it was good. Obviously the two good workers, and this is more of the type we want to see. We don't want to see like these old fuckers like Kane and Big Show wrestling matches all the time, So I thought they just they worked pretty smooth, it didn't look like there was any botches in there, and it was a good match. And it's funny because like Rollins doesn't look really big, like a big guy, but then he still looked big compared to Neville. Neville looked like really small, but it was good for the dynamics of the match, I guess. and I don't know. I think the finish was good as well. It didn't make him look too bad, like, you know.
Yeah, well,
Obviously, he got a clean pin, but he didn't just get like the beat down.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It was nice because it was like the whole ring psychology of it was like obviously to use this match to get Neville over, because we know that Rollins can do that. You know, he's got the skill to do that. No one else can really keep up with Neville apart from you guys like Rollins and, you know, you guys like Daniel Bryan and stuff. So it was nice to see him kind of have that kind of underdog feel and still feel like he didn't get buried even though he lost. I suppose because he was going up for the red arrow and he had got to that point. So yeah, and he had some good offense and it was some good back and forth stuff. And I mean that hurricane into the turnbuckle was nasty. Nasty, but yeah, he still took a curb stomp, and yeah, sorry about your damn luck, but yeah, match was good. I tell you one thing that did make me laugh, Steve. JBR was just like, "Oh, that flippy flappy don't help when you get punched in the mouth." Oh my god.
Oh, JBR, I can't work out if he's a face or a heel. He flip flops between the two so much.
Oh man. I mean, I was saying on the Retro Roundtable yesterday, it would benefit him so much more if he was funny with his heel tactics, like Heenan was.
Yeah.
You know, if it like what he said here, yeah, about the whole flippy flappy. Okay, that sounds something similar to what Heenan would say, and just kind of just birate the guy using comedy. If JBL did that, I could handle it. But it's just the way he's kind of flippy floppy at the moment, and yeah, it's just. The announce team is they're not doing as good as they should be doing. Shugs, man, Ranello. Oh god, if that guy was on commentary, that would be it.
I know it's not what they're looking for though. He's not a trained monkey like Michael Cole is he, or you know, that's what they want really. They want Vince McMahon shouting in your ear, and they want you to plug the network every 5-10 minutes, and like JBL, not JR and Morrow, like they want to call the match. And that's not what, on a tell a story, you know, and that's not what they want. They want, you know, the network, this, that, you know, bullshit. They don't even call it.
I know.
Unless JBL puts one in there.
They've gone back to Vince days. What a maneuver that was. Cena,
you can feel the impact.
Cena Stardust, Shugs. I mean, it was great to see it, you know, I am giving Cena some props here. It was great to see Cena kind of fighting different guys. Because obviously we're just used to him in the main event against the same kind of guys. But it was nice to see him down there facing, you know, your Stardust, you know, facing your Ambrose and stuff like that. Because it has a different feel to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that it's really good just to see him fighting different people. You know, he's not up there, he's not fighting different people, and he's just doing his thing. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's really good because when's the last time you saw him fight Stardust? You know, or Cody Rhodes? And then he had the match against Ambrose last week, so he's putting people in the spotlight. And you know, if you have a good show against Cena, then maybe people will look at you different and think, you know, actually this guy could work in the main event, or this guy could work at that level.
Yeah, bringing everyone else up to that level, because Darren, you know, it wasn't a squash match, and you would have probably thought on paper, you see Cena against Stardust, you would have think, oh yeah, you know, he'll win in like 2 minutes, but it went through, you know, it went through a break, it went long, it was like all these near falls. What was your thoughts?
Yeah, it was the only other thing apart from the Rollins and Neville match that I enjoyed on the show. What I thought was quite interesting about it is that obviously Stardust is the heel, and Cena was creating comeback moments for him. And obviously you only generally get that from a heel, you don't get that from a babyface. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was like really interesting. But the match itself I thought was really good. Even Dusty put it out there on Twitter, he said something along the lines of it made Raw worth watching, and it did really.
Steve, now, this springboard stunner, alright? Well, I mean, what is that one of his moves now? That are we safe to say that he's done it 3 times? That's in now, you know.
It's now the 6 moves of Doom, I think.
Or it'll probably still be the 5. He'll probably replace one of the others, like he said with Jericho. Probably
it's like any sort of wrestler when they have like a limited moveset like Cena, and they suddenly bust out a new move. Everyone starts saying, "Oh, it's a new move, it's a new move." But I don't think Cena is actually a decent wrestler. I don't get the 5 moves of Doom. Every wrestler has a set of moves they always do all the time.
Yeah, I mean it's funny because it's like the springboard stunner, it looks awkward. It don't look like, alright, when you see the Canadian Destroyer for the first time, you're like, whoa, wait, what the hell? How did that happen, right? And then you realize that it takes a lot from the other guy to help assist for the move to actually pull off. And it just looks weird. It looks awkward to me. But nevertheless, it's good that he's doing something different and he's trying something different. Yeah, because fuck, same old Cena, man. Right, Shugs, another PTP promo. I'm loving these right now, man. I'm loving these, Shugs.
Do you know what? It's probably a case of, like, they've got fuck all to do with the primetime players. They don't really know what to do with them. So they're just saying, you've got 90 seconds to do a promo. And they haven't really give two fucks about what they do. And then they did the good one last week, and people got interested, and now they let them do another one. It's the same as when we got Kid and Cesaro, and they did their little insert promo. And it's just like, they're just giving people time, and you can see that they're not being controlled by WWE. They're not doing a scripted promo, they're just being given the time. And it fucking, amazingly, it works rather than the bullshit that WWE feed them.
Oh, man. If your hair is nappy, nobody happy. Well, yeah, people will probably be shouting that out to me today when we go Carter, because my hair is looking shocking right now.
I'll be fucking straight now, don't worry.
Looking like Django Unchained out here. Shit. But yeah. It's just, I just love the way they were just like, we are the detention. Nice little comedy there. It was nice, and you can tell that Vince didn't write that shit. So that's another plus. Darren, Lucha Dragons versus New Day. Dragons are still over, because last week, obviously, it was after, the Raw after WrestleMania, they're gonna get a huge pop, and they still got a huge pop. Yeah,
like, they're sort of the hot thing in the tag division right now. Not that it takes much to be the hot thing in the tag division, because it's shit, but they're what it needed, really, just a big breath of fresh air, and they're easy to take to. They're really fun to watch, and if you don't enjoy watching them, then you probably shouldn't enjoy watching wrestling, to be fair.
It's funny, man, because Kalisto is so over. This guy is so over. We all knew it was going to happen. We just all knew it was going to happen. The moves, speak for itself. I mean, again, Sin Cara, it's like he's just been rejuvenated, obviously, because, the other Sin Cara's gone, and now you've got Sin Hunico in there, and he's doing whatever he's doing, but he's added lots of moves to his repertoire also, so he works well with Kalisto, and he's just switched up. Like, everyone's kind of singing some kind of praises to, Sin Cara for, bringing the Sin Cara name kind of back to fruition, but Kalisto's got a bright future, man. He can definitely take off from Rey Mysterio, I think. But Steve, is it safe to say now New Day are heels?
Yeah, I think it's one of those heel turns where they have to force it, really, because the gimmick never really screamed a face gimmick to me. I mean, a few months before their proper debut, they showed us them turning, and then they just disappeared for a few months, and then they came back as faces. Yeah. So I think they'll do well as heels.
Yeah, it's I hope so anyway. But the backstage promo that they did was it was just weird. Like, if we don't clap, we snap. Like, I just thought that was super cheesy.
I think he reminds me of Reverend Brown from Coming to America.
Oh my god!
I'm just still waiting on him to say Randy Watts.
Yeah.
Sexual child.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what they're doing. I don't even know what they're doing with Xavier. I just love the way that the primetime players just keep taking the piss out of Kofi's chest. Oh man, I thought I was the only one that noticed that shit, and here they come, just shedding light on it. Right about now, we haven't had one for ages, but Shugs, play my music on Big Show. Just fuck Big Show. Simple as that. Fuck this guy. Him, Kane, just leave. I've had enough of watching these guys on TV. It's 2015. You've got new people to take their spot. Get the fuck off the TV. Just leave. It's just too much now. It is too much. Old school is gone, new school is in. There's a new crop of people down there waiting to take your spot. Let them fucking have it. Director of Operations, what the fuck is that even mean anymore? What does that mean anymore? Because Kane gets taken the piss out of all the time. So that, obviously, that authority figure don't mean shit. That don't mean nothing. And Big Show, oh, don't even get me started on Big Show. He hasn't been anything, really. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything good. He hasn't done anything good in such a long time. So you think he's going to win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and then he's going to give him some kind of a rub, make him stand up there like a pleb next to that statue, thinking he's something. It's over now, Big Show. It's over. It's over. And I don't know why they still call him Big Show. You just call him Show because they don't book him like he's big. You just call him Show. Just Show. All filler, no thriller, as Shugs like to say. Anywho, let's get off that. Shugs, what's your thoughts on... No, actually, I already got your thoughts on Sheamus. That's all good. Darren, what's your thoughts on Sheamus's new look and his entrance?
I think it suits him really well. It's he wouldn't have worked with his old entrance music, definitely. The only thing that he needs to cut out is shouting fella at the top of the entrance ramp, because that's too gimmicky for a heel. His look, he looks stupid, and it works again because he's a heel, because he can just lap up the abuse from the crowd and just say, yeah, come on, get it out, I don't care. And it'll work.
Yeah. I mean, I've always preferred him as a heel, so...
Yeah.
You know, hopefully he goes through a bit more transformation, but man, that beard, man.
he does look stupid, and it's great.
Hopefully we see him later. Me and Shugs will be shouting to the top of our lungs, you look stupid. I Shugs got a couple C words waiting for him. Shugs, who was Wyatt talking about?
No idea. It's like, you never know what he's talking about until he actually tells you. You know what I mean? Because he's so, like, he's on his own, like, really, isn't he? You don't know, you know? He's got which is not really the best, because you should have some type of idea, but I have actually no idea. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, would it surprise you if it was Reigns? Not really, because he needs something to do, but I don't know. I think he needs to be, you know, he got a good push before the Undertaker thing, but he needs something better. He needs a good run at the top, you know? Because they haven't got any, you know, Rollins is a heel, but just, he needs a good run at the top, otherwise we're never going to believe that he's going to be anything.
Yeah, no, 100%. Steve, no, we got Miz versus Miz now. Do you think that was a throwaway?
Yeah, big missed opportunity. What's the harm in waiting 3 weeks for Extreme Rules and having a big blow-off match here at Extreme Rules? I didn't get it at all, and I don't get why Mizdow is still Mizdow. Why isn't he Sandow? Really, he should have dropped the Mizdow name the night after WrestleMania.
I thought exactly the same thing.
Why does he still want to be associated with Miz by name if he's just sort of like broken away from him and attacking him? Be Sando again. Become your own man again.
Yeah, it's going to be weird to see how he does come out of that now. I mean, as I said months and months and months ago, that his gimmick is now just like, you know, copying another wrestler or trying to be another wrestler, and it's only going to get you so far. It's going to only get you so far. So whether they turn him heel again and make him come back as the old Sando, which was an amazing gimmick, who knows? But yeah,
they could have done that though out of this, though, couldn't they?
Yeah, easily.
They could have said, like, you know, I used the Miz to get to where I needed to be, and I proved that I'm still intellectual. I'm still the intellectual savior of the masses.
Yeah, but then Bullbag becomes a face, isn't it? No.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Let's keep him being the Bullbag, eh? Even if he was a face, he'll still be the Bullbag. Shucks. I've just seen the picture that you put up in the comments thing. Yeah, they're actually trying to make Sheamus look like his bloody WWE Immortals character. Yeah, no doubt after seeing that. Alright. so main event time. Orton versus Ryback versus Reigns. Even though Sugs on SmackDown, they said that it pretty much was pointing towards fucking Orton already going on to face Rollins anyway. But yeah, what was your thoughts on the match? Because this three-way seemed quite fast-paced than usual.
Yeah, it was just, this is like the part of the show where you're just like waiting for it to finish, and they got to this match and I noticed there was only about like 5 minutes left or 6 minutes left, so you knew it was going to be over. They wasted time with those fucking working double time matches, and then they got to this and left them no time to actually do anything, you know? So I was just waiting for the finish. Just thought it was a piece of shit.
Steve, do you feel the same?
Yeah, like that 15 minutes that they used for those 3 singles matches could have been stuck onto this match. And I don't get why Ryback was in this whole situation. What has Ryback done in the last month to warrant being in a number one contenders match?
No one.
You know, Orton beat Rollins at Mania. That's all right. Reigns was in the main event at WrestleMania. That's all right. Where the hell does Ryback fit into everything?
Like, you could have said if he won the Andre the Giant, Battle Royal or whatever, then maybe you could have said, oh yeah, but no, you're right. But the roster's thin, so they got to dash someone in there, innit? They got to dash the big guy in there. Dazza. Was Orton the right choice? Yeah?
I think he was the only choice, to be honest. I don't think, like, Ryback, as like Steve just said, he's not done anything for the last couple of months. And Roman Reigns, obviously, he's just been retained at WrestleMania, so... And Randy Orton obviously beat Rollins, so Orton was the only choice. You couldn't have given it to either of the other two.
And they need to keep Reigns away from Rollins for a while. I feel like they need to do that and concentrate on different feuds. But it's just going to be interesting to see where Reigns goes from now, because I still keep thinking like when he was in that main event at WrestleMania, him standing next to Lesnar, he didn't feel like a main eventer. He just didn't look. It just didn't look right. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do to kind of bring him back up. But yeah. Yeah, it is what it is, and that's the end of Raw, people. Let's get the Raw rating, please, Shugs.
Just like 5, average 5.
Steve?
I'm going for the Bret Hart special. I'm going for 4.
Okay.
4 out of 10.
Darren?
5.
5. All right. We ain't got no Raw feedback. I did put the post up, but I suppose mainly most of the people that do leave feedback are on the show. And some of the others probably thought that Raw was so shit they just didn't want to leave feedback. So no feedback. Yeah, no feedback is feedback enough on this show. So yeah, so we're gonna go to a break. We're gonna go to a break now, but we'll be back with Sugs Stunners, RIP Smackdown in 60 seconds. Where we'll be talking about New Japan Pro Wrestling's Invasion Attack pay-per-view and track of the week. So don't you miss it.
Do you want to do a podcast?
Yeah, that's the plan.
What do you want it to be about? Flowers? Bumblebees?
Like a wrestling podcast.
Right here, baby, on the mothership Saturday night. American Dream does the rule. Where's Tommy? Tommy, baby. You know, Tommy. Tommy who, man? Tommy Rich? Wi-Fi, baby. No, not that one. This is hang on. You're a millennial. You don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't know Vince was here. Oh, man.
Yeah, with the turkey. Oh, man, this thing has gone off the rails. It was gone off the rails big time.
This isn't the podcast, man. This is just a meeting about having a podcast. The Dark Match Wrestling Podcast is available on StuffDudesLike.com, iTunes, Stitcher, and anywhere you can download your podcasts.
And we're back. Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast, episode 107. It's your boy Kinny Killa here with the Galdem Sugar Shugs. Also here with Master of the Top Rope Elbow, Steve Dawson, and Darren Dyer. Right, so it's time for Sugs Stunners.
Jobber of the week. I can't even remember the matches. It was so bad. Who was one of the people doing double duty? Who got beat up? Pick one of the 3.
I can't even remember who got that one.
Eric Rowan?
Nah,
Rowan,
he wasn't even there, was he?
Luke Harper? Harper lost to Ryback, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the point in that? Ryback's a piece of shit. At least Harper can wrestle. So Harper. Move of the week. Probably anything from the Rollins Neville match. The Hurricane Rana into the corner. That was good. Wrestler of the week. I'm going to give it to Primetime Players because that was the best part.
Yeah, okay. Primetime Players, they're coming back. I did not think that they would come back together and, you know, they'll be at this point where they are now, but geez, well done. Primetime Players. Alright, so right about now it's time for RIP Smackdown in 60 seconds. So we're going to talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling's Invasion Attack. Now, I don't know if Shugs has seen it, he might have seen some, Steve might have seen some, but I know Darren's seen it all. So, yeah, New Japan, they just keep doing it. They just keep doing it, man. Just keep pushing out amazing pay-per-views. If you want your wrestling fix, make sure you go and watch some New Japan. And if you don't wanna, listen to the subtitles and so on, and you feel like you're not ready for that, listen, watch Access TV, get used to the product, and then let's see what it's all about. But let's go through this pay-per-view, man. We started off, Darren, with the usual, the 5-on-5. We had Alex Shelley, Kushida, Captain New Japan, and Kamatsu versus Yuji Nagata, and Yuji Nagata versus Thunder Liger. Nakanishi is still there, Darren. Nakanishi is fucked, bruv, and he's still there. I don't know what's going on. Taguchi, Tanaka, and Tiger Mask 4. It seems like Tanaka and Komatsu, obviously young boys, they're trying to earn their stripes, but for some reason, Tanaka, it just keeps winning. He keeps making Komatsu tap out, but this time it was Alex Shelley that took the pin. It was what it was, Darren, wasn't it, for the opener?
Yeah, it was decent. The only thing I thought, did Liger actually get into the match, like it was the legal man?
I don't think he did.
Because he's like the biggest name in Japanese wrestling, arguably, maybe aside from Tanahashi, and he didn't even fucking get into the match.
Oh man, it was a weird one, but I mean, love the time splitters, love them. Alex Shelley, Kushida, fast pace, love it. So that was great. But yeah, we get these openers all the time. It is what it is. And we got into our next match. It was a 6-man tag match. So it was Tenzan and Kojima, who actually fought off on the road to Invasion Attack for the NWA title. And Honma, who is, I swear he is the new fan favorite in New Japan because it's the headbutts.
Yeah.
Their headbutts just does it. They faced off against Bullet Club, Cody Hall, who is Scott Hall's son, Tamatonga, and Takahashi. Now Takahashi, yeah, the only thing I like about Takahashi is his entrance, and you know what I'm talking about. Fuck Takahashi. Fuck Takahashi. But do you reckon Tamatonga can work in WWE?
He could, but they got to book him, right?
Mm.
That's the only worry that you have with people like that. I think NXT would be fine, but main roster, I don't think he'd do so well. Simply because of the bookings.
Shugs, have you seen Cody Hall yet? This
no.
guy is, I swear he's taller than his pops.
He's like 6'8", isn't he? I think.
He is lanky. He is he's massive. He's a young boy at the moment, but obviously he couldn't be a young boy too long because putting that name to Cody Hall is a bit weird, seeing as how lanky this guy is. So they had to move him up real quick. But yeah, he's doing all right so far. So obviously working out in the dojo. There's quite a few famous wrestlers' sons that are being sent to the New Japan dojo at the moment to train. So we'll see a few more of them coming out of the woodwork. But the match finished with Tenzan, Kojima, and Honma winning. Super headbutt off the top rope.
The 3D to set it up was cool, though.
Oh, that was wicked. If any of you, if you want to know what I'm talking about with Honma, just check him out, please. The crowd absolutely love him. All the missed headbutts in the world, they just make people laugh. So just make sure you check that out. Next, got the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles. It was Roppongi Vice, which is Rocky Romero versus Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta, of all people. Now, Alex Kozlov has left. He's retired, so left Rocky Romero needing a new partner. Here comes Trent Beretta. Well, no more Trent anymore. It's just Beretta facing the Young Bucks. And what a match! You know when you get the Young Bucks, it's gonna be fast paced. Steve, you watching ROH, aren't you?
I've watched a little bit of it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Roppongi Vice has been on there. They've had a couple of fights on there with Young Bucks, I think with Red Dragon. So everyone's starting to know what they're all about. But they actually took it down. They beat the Young Bucks for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight titles. First time of asking. Oh man, Darren, that Meltzer driver is out of this world.
I like it. It's cool. Meltzer driver or Indie Taker?
Indie Taker, either one.
Yeah, I'm Indie Taker.
You're Indie Taker, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, what did you think of the match?
It was good fun. I'll tell you what, it's the most fun I've had watching a Rocky Romero match for years. Mm-hmm. And I watched like a lot of his stuff in Ring of Honor and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, things like that. But I think like having a new partner sort of reinvigorated him a bit. Mm-hmm. But it was just really good fun. And the 20 count that they almost sold at the start of the match was brilliant.
Oh.
When the Bucks super kicked them both going back to the backstage area, and then Rocky threw Trent back into the ring, didn't he?
Yeah, Shugs, do you reckon a 20 count could work in WWE? Because they seem to make it work in New Japan.
I think the 10 count's alright, it's fine. You can do the same thing. I suppose it's maybe better for building a bit more drama, but, if you're going to do the count 8 finishes, whether it's 10 or whether it's 20, it doesn't really make any difference.
It's this weird because they use it differently. Like, it pretty much in at least, most of the matches on the pay-per-view, they will tease a count out using the, in various different ways. Obviously WWE don't do that with the 10 count at the moment, but it's just funny how you could use something so simple as a 20 count to kind of get the match over at a dead point. It always happens in New Japan, especially within this match. But Darren, next we had the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, Kenny Omega versus Mascara Dorada. Man, I didn't think this match was going to be as quick and as fast as it turned out to be. But man, this match was I really enjoyed this match.
Yeah, I mean, I was chatting to James Belmont about it on Twitter yesterday because I don't think he'd seen it, and I said what sort of surprised me the most is that Dorada impressed me more than Kenny Omega.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I've seen both guys sort of quite a few times, but it was just a brilliant match. Two different styles, but they worked it well to get a good match out of it.
Yeah, Kenny Omega. I mean, I've always rated Kenny Omega from for years. From when I first seen the rivalry with him and Prince Devitt. So, yeah, I've always rated Kenny Omega, and it's definitely a massive coup for New Japan. But I think they got big plans for him. But we'll get to that when we get to the the main event. IWGP Tag Team Championships. We had the Kingdom, former Sunday Segue interviewee Matt Taven and Michael Bennett with Maria, and geez, man, she was out there going on crazy. But hey, when I mean, what's his name? Carl Anderson was love struck out there. He was love struck out there. But yeah, it was Bullet Club, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson. Now, we spoke to Matt Taven about, whether he was going to be entered in the Super Juniors, and he said, well, I will be in New Japan at some point, but I can't discuss what's going to happen. And now we know what is going to happen because these guys, I was so surprised that these guys took it down. Matt Taven is an amazing talent. So you guys make sure you go and check out Matt Taven, where you can. I mean, obviously he's based in ROH, but they're now the, New Japan, IWGP Tag Champs. What did you think of the match, Darren?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, Maria proved her worth by slutting it up, as she always does. And what are the Kingdom, are they faces in Japan?
Yeah, seems like
because normally, like Michael Bennett, he'll sort of give the crowd shit, and before he hits the spear, he'll always start singing Edge's entrance music, just to like piss the fans off. But he didn't do any of that. And I haven't seen him in Japan until now, so it sort of confused me a little bit, to be honest with you.
Well, Taven was doing the claps, and Shugs, like Christian, if you're doing the claps, that's babyface shit right there. So he was doing the claps, and it surprised me because they're heel. So, but yeah, they looks like they're faces in in New Japan. But they did post out a Twitter picture with them, the titles, putting up the middle finger. So who knows? But yeah, Kingdom took it down. We got Goto, Naito, and Makabe versus Chaos, Shinsuke Nakamura, Tomohiro Ishii, and Yoshihashi. Now, whenever Makabe and Ishii is in the same place, shit is going to break loose. These guys were knocking two shits out of each other. Darren, I don't know if you noticed, but these guys are still heavily strapped from G1 Climax last year.
Yeah, hasn't Ishii got a really bad shoulder injury that he's had for about a year anyway?
Man, this guy, his shoulder got fucked at G1 Climax last year, and he's still...
It was Davey Boy Jr. who fucked him up, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he's still going, like, doing the strong style, still doing a bloody brainbusters. He's just going out there, just don't give a shit. But yeah, Nakamura, you just gotta love Nakamura, man. Just, the guy is just, yeah. Team Chaos is nuts. Obviously, Hashi is Hashi, so you're only gonna get what you're gonna get from him. But the interactions between Goto and Nakamura are interesting because it looks like they're gonna set up the next, IWGP Intercontinental title match. But yeah, I was so surprised that Nakamura took the pin.
That's exactly what I got down here. If anything, I expected Yoshihashi to take it because he's like, no disrespect to him, he's like a nothing guy in Chaos, really, isn't he? He doesn't really do anything.
I mean, there's usually one of two ways where they set up a match for the next pay-per-view. It's either someone comes out and calls you out, or you get pinned and in a tag match. And obviously later on in the night we had someone get called out, so they were always going to do it this way. But yeah, Nakamura, well, he took the pin, he took the finish as well, he took the Goto finish as well. Yeah, man, it was a good match. It was a really good tag match.
As well that he's willing to do the job.
Oh yeah,
he doesn't mind doing the job.
Yeah, Steve, how happy are you that Shinsuke Nakamura is the last one to announce for the RH New Japan shows?
Yeah, I don't know too much about him, but I know he's a big name.
He's gonna turn that shit up, man. I know you're excited, Darren. I know you're excited with that.
Oh yeah.
Right.
If you've seen the match you had with Steen last year, it's just gonna be fucking awesome.
Shugs, this one for you. The next match here was Sakuraba and Toru Yano versus Tanahashi and Shibata. Now, I know you love Sakuraba from when his match with Minoru Suzuki from Wrestle Kingdom, how they were just knocking the shit out of each other. But this time you put in Shibata. You got Sakuraba, former MMA shoot fighter, against fucking Shibata, who just loves to just strikes. He's a strike guy. These guys, fuck Tanahashi and Yano in this match, because it was just about Shibata and Sakuraba. They were just knocking the hell out of each other the whole match, Darren.
Yeah, it was another surprise result though, really, I thought. It was like physical as fuck, but just didn't expect Tanahashi and Shibata to lose.
Yeah, Shibata tapped out.
It seemed quite sudden as well, didn't it? There was like no real build up to it, and it was just, it's tapped out. Mm-hmm. I don't know, it just seemed a bit weird.
Yeah, tapped out. Sakuraba just, yeah. Man, it definitely surprised. I didn't think that Shibata would tap out. It's almost kind of like if you see Dean Ambrose tap out.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird. Next up we had Okada versus Bad Luck Fale. This was a feud that's been going on for a while now. And I'm glad that Okada finished up defeating him. It was a nice back and forth match for what you get from Bad Luck Fale, because I don't really like Bad Luck Fale. I don't know if you feel the same, Darren.
Out of all the big men in the wrestling world right now, I'd say he's one of the best, but he's not great. There's not many good big men right now.
Yeah, I just don't particularly like him, but it was a nice feud for Okada to have. Okada took it down, obviously with the Rainmaker, managed to get the big guy off his feet. 1, 2, 3. Gator was going on crazy, as he does. So that was nice. But this was the match right here. If anyone's going to check out a match, you need to check out the IWGP Heavyweight Championship match, AJ Styles versus Kota Ibushi. Ibushi won the New Japan Cup. 2 of the matches, the semi-final match and the final match in the New Japan Cup, was matches of the years by far. And now this adds to it. Oh man, what a back and forth. These guys again were going, like, 1 minute it was Ibushi, next minute it was AJ Styles. He did his moonsault springboard off the top rope into like a modified DDT, which was nice. Ibushi hitting all his high flying moves. He tried to go and jump the rope and did his tried to do the Asai moonsault off the top rope. He got faked at first and he did it again after, nearly fucking killing himself. Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. What do you think about the attempt to do a springboard backbreaker from outside the ring? You see when he lifted him up under his shoulder, under his...
Oh, he sort of got him in that full Nelson type of position, didn't he?
If he pulled that off, right, I think I would have marked out like crazy. I would have lost my shit. Because that...
He tried that to Nakamura at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. And
I can't remember if he hit it or not, but I remember the spot, like that much of it, but that would have just been like the greatest fucking thing since spread.
And then we had him, he perched up AJ Styles on the top rope. He did a springboard hurricanrana, one rope to the other. Loads and loads of near falls. The ring psychology of this match was amazing. Kota Ibushi definitely deserved to be in this spot. It was a fresh match. Now the finish, Darren. Just the finish. Oh man, just explain to the people how crazy this shit was.
Well, Ibushi's on the top. He looks to hit a Phoenix splash, and AJ catches him and hits him with a Styles Clash. How the fuck he did that, I'll never know.
And it was clean. It was clean.
It was just a flawless match, wasn't it? And just the finish just topped off half an hour of fucking greatness.
Shugs, have you seen the finish yet?
Yeah. I watched it on. I just went straight to the finish and watched that because I just wanted to see how they were gonna do it, you know?
Yeah. So much like the coup de grace. Could you believe how he did that shit?
Nah.
He just plucked
it
him.
was just like, yeah, it was a joke, really.
Oh man, Steve, you seen it yet?
Yeah, I haven't seen the match, but I saw a gif of the Phoenix splash into the Styles Clash on Twitter, and I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. It's one of the best things I've ever seen.
I mean, obviously after how AJ Styles have been doing the Styles Clash and breaking people's necks and shit, at New Japan, they know now, like the crowd know that the finish is dangerous. It's a dangerous finish, so they're treating it like it. And anytime he attempts to put anyone in the Styles Clash, they're like, oh, like they'll be silent, and then all of a sudden they'll just be like, going crazy. So, but yeah, after the match, Kenny Omega basically leading up to it, Kenny Omega went to go and kind of interfere with the Phoenix Splash, but he allowed Kota Ibushi to do it, which was weird. And then at the end, you just seen him like clapping slowly, for the win. So they're teasing a Kenny Omega face turn. So at some point, it looks like they're gonna do AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega. What do you reckon, Darren?
I was thinking either that or the fact that Ibushi and Omega used to be tag partners years ago. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know if it was a case of they're teasing Omega versus Styles, or shit, have I just potentially betrayed an old friend kind of thing?
Because they were tag partners in DDT, weren't they?
Yeah. And it just sort of gets you thinking in a good way.
I mean,
unlike WWE gets you thinking in a bad way.
Well, that match will be great anyway, either way. But it was just a simple thing. It was just a simple thing, and then after that, as AJ Styles is celebrating, Okada comes out, straight Rainmaker to AJ Styles. Oh, I loved it. Just took up the rest of them and just a Rainmaker. Gato gets on the mic, just starts running them down, saying, "I'm going to challenge you for the title." Simple, two storyline setups in just a space of 5 minutes at the end of a match. Great. That's how you do it, WWE. Just simple things like that. No fucking smoke and mirrors, just simple booking. And that was it. So people, please go and check out Invasion Attack if you can. The New Japan at the moment is great. So yeah, if you can and you can deal with the Japanese, Japanese commentary, you don't actually need to understand what they're saying to realize how great these matches are. So let's go and check it out. And that's the end of the show, people. That is the end of the show. You probably had enough of me fucking barking on, talking like a madman. So, yeah, I want to say thanks to Master of the Top Rope Elbow, Steve Dawson, for coming on the show. Let the people know where they can find you on the Twitter.
You can find me at Top Rope Elbow.
Okay. Also want to thank Darren Dyer for coming on the show, conversating with me for New Japan. So let the people know where they can find you and the show on Twitter.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. You can find my personal account, which is at Axel Mulligan, and my new Smackdown podcast, the Smackdown Breakdown, at SD Breakdown.
All right. And obviously I can't do this without my partner in crime, the Galdem Sugar Shugs.
Always a pleasure.
You better get ready, dog. We go get messed up on
Plenty of time, man. Plenty of time.
All right, people. All right, track of the week this week is Neville. Got to give it to Neville. Got to give that new track a go. So yeah, and if you don't like that, you can choke on that slap nuts. Woo!